Hey guys, I'm Kenneth and I run a private dining in Singapore called a Mixtape Chef, and today we're going to talk about Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna is situated in central Italy, just above the popular cake class Tuscany. It lies the foodie region of Italy, and within the foodie capital of the world, Italy. It's a foodception. It is home to three big towns: Bologna, which is famous for its Bolognese sauce. It is home to Parma, which is an overachiever with world famous Parma ham and Parmesan. And lastly, Modena, which is famous for its most luxurious vinegar in the world, Balsamico di Modena, and also the most luxurious cars in the world. Very famous. And within this reception lies Bertazzoni. It is a family-run cooking appliance company that's been judged by the most critical foodies in the world, the Italians, for the last 135 years. We have a partnership deal with Bertazzoni, and they asked us to do 3 classic recipes from the region, and we're gonna give it our signature DIY made from scratch touch to these recipes. If you're in Singapore and looking to get a cooking appliance soon, do stay to the end of the video for a special promo code from us. And if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing as well. And for this second episode, we're going to be making a Ragu Alla Bolognese, which is a very traditional sauce from the town of Bologna. It is a meat sauce on pasta. We're going to give it our Mixtape Chef signature made from scratch touch. We're going to be making our own mince, we're going to be making our own pasta, because it gives us full control over what goes into our dish, and also homemade is always better, right? So let's go! Ragu Alla Bolognese, let's go! And for the mince, we're going to be using some beef and some pork. Now you're going to use a cut of beef that is quite flavorful and quite fatty actually. So I'm having here a rump cut and using some nice pork belly. Now you want about roughly 70% of beef to 30% of pork. I mean, it's not very important, but I prefer a more beefy flavor. But typically it's more beef than pork, so 70-30. Since we're going to be mincing them, you can either buy your own mince and just mix around yourself. Since we're going to be mincing them, we're going to cut it into small pieces. So, okay. So we have about 400 grams of beef. 70% of beef and 30% of pork. We're going to throw it into the freezer to get it really cold, because we're going to be grinding them, and when you want mince own meat, it has to be really cold. And the meat is almost frozen. That's exactly where you want it to be. And we're going to give it a mince through our meat grinder. Nothing more satisfying than grinding your own meat. There you go. Homemade mince. And now for the fresh pasta, we're gonna need some flour. We're gonna make an all egg yolk pasta because we want it to be rich and sexy and luscious. So we're gonna go all out to make a very luscious pasta. You need flour. You can use all purpose, but the proper one is 00 flour, which is extra fine, which gives a very extra supple pasta. And eggs. You'll be surprised how much eggs we have to use, because we're using only the egg yolks and discarding the egg whites. So we're going to use quite a lot of egg yolks. And okay, so we're going with a guideline of 150 grams of flour. This is good for about 3 or 4 portions. If you want, just do more. And about 7 egg yolks. Now, while I like the idea of mixing by hand, it's very romantic about it, but it just takes too much time. So we're gonna mix it in a food processor, dump everything in, flour, and eggs. Put a bit of extra virgin olive oil, just a tinge. Now, just want to make it until it looks like sand. Once you pour it to the, now you're just gonna make it into a cohesive dough. Bring it together, squeeze it, Now that you have the dough, we're just gonna knead it for a short while. We just want to get the gluten going. Just want to give it a bit of knead. Well, if you want to have all those cups, gotta work for it. Oh, a nice bowl of pasta. Give it a good smack for good luck. Pasta. Give it a good smack for good luck. You just give it a bit of flour to make sure it doesn't stick. Wrap it in cling film, and we're gonna let it rest in the fridge for at least half an hour. Pasta attachment to the KitchenAid, but you can use whatever you have to make the pasta. Okay. And to make the sauce, this is the ingredients that we need. We need mince. If you can't get it, if you don't mince it yourself, you can get it store-bought. We need an onion. We need a carrot, some garlic, tomatoes, canned tomatoes, red wine, some butter, and oh, pancetta. Hang on, come with me. Chamber. Ah, there we go, the pancetta. And oh yes, we need some rosemary. Hang on, we need to go and get some. Let's go. Welcome to my garden. Oh. And now that we have all the ingredients gathered, let's get our bolognese sauce going. Look at that. Look at that color. Ooh. Peel the carrots. You don't have to be too precise because it's going to cook for so long that most of the vegetables are going to become nothing. Dish that cooks this long, this is time to bring out your fancy Dutch oven that you'll be saving in the cold storage for a long time to be used. So I'm cooking on the biggest hob here, and you want a nice wooden spoon for that, you know, Italian touch. And we are going to render the fat from the pancetta. I'm gonna take it out. We're gonna make sure all this mince becomes tiny little bits and not like clumps of meatballs. Drop it in a little bit, so it probably take about 5-10 minutes. You can see how the meat is releasing all its liquid. Look at the beautiful browning. It's coming along really nice. Look at the color, man. Knob of butter, garlic, the reunion of the pancettas, glaze with a cup of red wine, a can of chopped tomatoes, some beef stock, rosemary. And that's it. 1 hour. Whoa. Okay, so we'll be cooking this for about an hour and 15 minutes. Come and take a look at this luscious, sexy Ragu Alla Bolognese. Oh, all the flavors is melt together. So now that the Ragu Alla Bolognese is done, I've actually set a pot to boil. It's actually on the medium hot, but it's actually powerful enough to boil pasta water. I mean that's very versatile because you don't want to be sort of when you need boil water, you need to bring it to the main pot. But main pot could be used for something else. Like in this case, the main pot was actually used for the ragu, and I can actually boil water on the medium pot, and it's powerful enough to boil water quite fast. Alright, so we're gonna put some sauce in your whichever saute pan that you have. The thing is that this sauce takes so long to make that you should always make a little bit more than what you need, so you can always keep it, freeze it for whenever you want it. So put some sauce in, and the fresh pasta. This cooks for within like a minute. Put some pasta water. Transfer the pasta over. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, sexy, emulsified sauce. Oh yeah. Add some Parmigiano Reggiano from Parma. Add on some fried rosemary, and there you have it. Ragu alla Bolognese with homemade tagliatelle. And here we have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching this episode. If you like, subscribe, click like, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. Enjoy!